Hello, beginning flute students at Mountainview Elementary School. This is Gina Kodel, your flute teacher, and just some stuff to practice before the concert is Ode to Joy. Now, I'm sending this with an email, so underneath we'll have the names of which part you will play. I divided you guys the last rehearsal, but just in case you forgot, it'll be in the email. So this video is for flute part 1 of Ode to Joy. Now you can look right here, it's page 9, number 26, and part 1 is this line, right here. That whole line right here. Now if you notice, it's 4/4, so that means it's 4 beats per measure. So measure is the space between the bars, the bar lines. And so we will be doing it at, if you have a metronome, 60 beats per minute. So 1 moment. Alright, so it's going to be like this. Do, 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 do. And I'll play it for you guys in a second. And so that's the speed that we're going to work at. Now how I want you guys to practice this, I'm going to start showing you guys how to practice. This video isn't the only time you need to practice. You may need to pause the video between parts, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm just going to start to go with you how to practice through this. So you can look right back at your music. How we're going to do this is we're going to have it where, starting on the first measure, you play D to make sure, look at your fingers, make sure they're in the right place. You play D, and then you play the second note, so it'll be. And then how we're going to work through that is one note at a time. So we're going to go D, D, and then once you've played these 2 notes at a time, then I want you just to practice between each note that you move up, like D to E flat. All it is 1 pinky, so just being able to do that comfortably. And then what we're going to do is put that in tempo. And then it'll be. And then from there, it's going to be where you go from E flat to F. And then you go E flat, F, however slow a pace you want, whether it's or whatever you're able to do, as long as it's clean. And then what you do is you go back from the beginning and then go. So you're basically adding 1 note at a time through your practice. So after you've played that first measure, then what you do is you play F to F. So F, F, and then you go from the very beginning and go all the way through to that F. And then you play F to E flat, and comfortably, nice and slow. And then you play it in tempo with the metronome, do, do, and then you play from the beginning. And then it keeps on adding 1 note at a time. So then, say once you get up to here, then you play all of it all the way to here. And so what I want you to do, it seems like it's a really long practice, but it's actually pretty short. It's just that it feels kind of long, but then you'll have it for the rest of your life, basically. Once you have these fingers down, once you've gotten it really good, really comfortable, you'll have no problem with it. So I'm going to start practicing with you guys. So we'll take a look at our first measure. So go ahead and let's just hear a D. Play a D. Alright, very nice. Now what we're going to do is, if you could play D 2 times in a row. Now make sure it's tongued. Make sure 2, 2. So it's not. You're not taking a breath in between. Though if you should need to on the first measure, but throughout the piece, if you need to take a breath, take a breath. So with tempo, just the first 2 notes. So it'll be D, D, ready, go. Alright, now I want to hear you do that. So this is the tempo. Ready, go. D, D. Alright, very nice. So now what I want you to do is just play D to E flat. Now I'm going to have the camera zoom in on my fingers a bit. So for D to E flat, all it is putting that pinky down. So and what you can do is once you've played it correctly, whether it's moving through your fingers or moving through the piece, I want you to play it 3 times right in a row, okay? Because that'll make sure you have it down and you're really comfortable with it. So now we're going to continue going through this a little bit quicker. Pause when you need to. Now, play that together. 2, ready, go. Now, we're going to add the F. So, E flat to F, zoom in on my fingers. The only difference is that you pick up these 2 fingers that are down, so the middle 2 fingers on your right hand, pick those up and put this finger down. And so what I want you to think of doing is you can almost think of like your machine, really precise, so that it's coming up at the exact same time. What you can do is just practice looking at your fingers doing that and then practice playing it. So just practice going, or excuse me. You can practice the half notes however long or short you need. Now, let's play that with the metronome. 1, 2, ready, go. You have the first measure down. Now, what I want you to do is play F and F. So, alright, go ahead and do that. F, F. Alright, very nice. So now what we're going to do is put that all with the metronome. Ready, go. Alright, and so we're kind of running a little short on time, but I'm going to skip to the second part. Now, this is starting from right here. Okay? I'm going to skip you over to the second half. What I want you to do, you can pause this video and make sure you have the first half comfortably down, and then I'll play it for you at the very end. Alright, so your finger, just play a B flat. So there's 2 ways of fingering B flat. There's the B flat, where you just put your thumb on this part. Instead of this part, you put it there, and that's B flat. Or you could do it where your thumb's there and you put this finger down. That's also B flat. So, sounds the same. Whichever is comfortable for you. And so B flat to C, B flat, C. If you're doing this fingering, all you gotta do is lift up that thumb. So, alright? And then what I want you to do is B flat, C, D. Now from C to D, be very precise. It's something you have to probably look at your fingers for and feel really comfortable with. Alright, so I'm just going to run through the piece just so you get an idea of the tempo you should be at. Alright. 1, 2, ready, go. So now, what I want you to do is try to get the whole thing up to that tempo. Now I want you to look at this part. I forgot to go over one part. See that measure right here? Alright, so that's 2 quarter notes and a half note. So the half note gets 2 beats. So it'll be dun, dun, 3, 4. And what you guys can do is you can have a metronome on or count in your head 1, 2, 3, 4. So for that it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Sorry, pointed right there. And so I'll play that for you just to make sure you guys got that. So it'll be, I shall turn on the metronome. That'll be helpful. 1, 2, ready, go. Dum, dum, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And so I want you guys to practice that. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do it, once you guys feel more comfortable with it, I'm going to conduct you guys right now. So this is the beat. All right? I'm going to have the metronome on, and I want it where you guys have it where you can see the music, but you see my hand as well, kind of in your peripheral vision. So, just me conducting it. And so, just as a practice so that when I see you guys on Wednesday, you'll be nice and prepared. So 1, 2, ready, go. Dum, 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 dum. All right, and so if you're able to do that all in time, bravo, and just practice that. And if you guys need any help on anything, feel free to email me or call me with any questions, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.